My name is Holly McGinness, and I have been a prosecutor for almost 6 years now. I currently work for the St. Tammany Parish and Washington Parish District Attorney's Office. I became a prosecutor because it's the closest profession to actually being a superhero. In no other profession do you get the opportunity to help victims of crimes and people who were previously not able to stand up for themselves. You get to help them find the strength to confront their abusers, and it's awesome. I think that the biggest misconception of being a prosecutor is that we think we have to win at all costs, every time, no matter what. And that simply it's not true, and it's not our job. Our job is to pursue justice and to be fair. And that can look very different depending on the type of case that we're dealing with or the specific facts in every case. Sometimes that does mean taking a case to trial and winning. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it means giving a young kid another chance, putting a young defendant who doesn't have any criminal history in diversion, or taking a military veteran who may have gotten himself into some trouble and putting him in veterans court, or getting somebody the mental health treatment that they need. It looks very different depending on the type of case that you're dealing with. The most difficult part about being a prosecutor is the multitasking. There's always something that needs to be done. There's always something you should have done yesterday. You're going 100 miles an hour all the time. It can be very easy to want to just have tunnel vision and just focus on one thing for a period of time, but you really can't do that. There's always different balls in the air, people you should have called, people you need to track down, a hearing or a trial that you have to get ready for. There's always something to do. But that's also part of the fun of being a prosecutor, is you always have something to do. The case that has impacted me the most would have to be a case that I tried very recently. It involved a 12-year-old girl who had been very violently abused by her grandmother's boyfriend. And this particular little girl didn't have anybody in the world. Her grandmother was taking care of her because her mother wasn't able to, because she was strung out on drugs and just totally out of the picture. And so when the abuse came to light, the grandmother just gave her up to the foster care system. And so this little girl literally had nobody in the world. She had every reason in the world to not want to go forward with the case, to not want to participate, but she was just the opposite. The amount of courage and the strength and grace that she showed, and just her wonderful, kind heart, even after all the awful abuse that she had suffered. It was inspiring. She was insistent upon not only standing up for herself, but also standing up for other people. And, we are not defined by the things that happen to us. We are defined by the way in which we deal with them or come out of those types of situations. And she's the perfect example of that. And to be able to have worked with her, it was an honor to know her. In every single case, there's always this one moment when it's very apparent that the victim has developed the strength to actually confront their abuser. And just the strength and the courage that they show in that one moment it's indescribable.